Greetings. Welcome to the Safety Portal. This is a system designed by OSG for OSG, and in the UK will be the system that has been designed to replace Safety Cloud. This is the dashboard for team manager or for the manager position on the system. As you can see on the system will provide you quite significant information and breakdown in terms of the different matters. Starting by the left-hand corner, injuries, incidents, near misses, and serious incidents. These are counters on the system, and they count for you the reports that were made by your campus. This is if your level of access is only restricted to one campus. If you are a district principal, an RTL, or a regional principal, this should be designated for your list of campuses and your access level. So you've also got a counter for the hazards reported within that month. These buttons are links for raising forms and for raising either checklists for reporting, for raising a corrective action, and to raise an hazard or report an hazard. This counter here specifically is for your system actions. These are not emails. These are not any other actions set up by people via email or any other ways. These are actions within the system, and these will be displayed in these areas here around you for enabling your overview in terms of your teams or the individuals on campus. This is the link to raise a compliance document and to load that information on the system. And there's a graphical overview that provides information in terms of your or the maintenance requirements per campus. So asbestos, automatic gates, electrical testing, then the matters that will be due in 1 week. So the campus will require a lockdown drill, design technology service within 3 weeks. There's another check on compliance check, maintenance and inspection on the design technology equipment. Within 6 weeks, there'll be fire extinguishers and equipment checks. There is also two already overdue, which are for Legionella and hazardous substances, which is COSH in the UK. Lockdown drill and safeguarding will be due within 2 weeks from here. Compliance, equipment, and frequency. This is a data report. So it will give you the breakdown for your campus or for the group of campuses that you are responsible for. And it will give you the breakdown again in terms of the weeks and days and all of that information for you. Now, I'm going to move over to my build site. This is the site we use to build the safety portal with the DoneSafe team. And we've already produced quite significant amount of data for testing. So it would give you a more realistic view as the site that I've shown you. It's the build site, is the site that we are currently releasing in the UK and releasing to the teams, and we've been working and providing training on. However, because this is a testing site, and as records cannot be deleted, we use this system to provide you the information necessary for this training. So again, this is the Regional Support Office dashboard. So it is the dashboard for someone at the National Support Office that will have again counters. There's a open actions counter that I've set up as a report for myself for my information. Again, I have the buttons and as links to raise the checklists, report an incident, hazards and corrective actions, and to add the document. The document on this button here, it's the same as this one here. So it's the compliance and obligations button. I've just named it like that for myself because I will understand what it's regarding and it's for my interpretation. Um, the graphics are also displaying useful information for me to give me an overview. And quite interestingly, if you notice, there is no personal data or personal names, individual names displayed on the system. And the importance for that is to make sure that we comply with GDPR. And I can have a look at the serious incidents, the common root causes for those serious incidents. And by hovering my mouse over those bars, I can see the amount, which is the values of accidental human error accidents per incidents. The incidents by type, again, there is information here when I hover my mouse over these fields, and there's reported incidents by campus. So I have three incidents reported at Hatherstone, Biggleswade in UK, 11, and I can go on and on and on by those campus. As well, because I have an admin access, if I click on the ID number, I can actually access the record. But if you are not at that level, you would not be able to access, but you'll be able to see the information regarding to what was reported on campus. The serious incidents will be reported on the right here, and again, it tells me the time that was reported, the date, where it was, and enables me to have an overview. As I said before, if you don't have the right access level, you will not be able to access the system unless you actually click on the ID number. Um, Open actions, as I stated in here, I have 24 open actions. These are actions that they are logged as system actions, and they would be displayed in here for my easy access and understanding in terms of what needs to be done. It will display the name of the assignee, so for your information, and you can access them by clicking. So it will have a unique link, or they'll be linked to an area on the system, the date when it was raised, who was the person that raised, the campus in question or the location in question. It will have the details that you need. You can click in here, and I can see this was raised from facilities and safety checks, weekly checks, checklist, and I can have then my comments in here. I can upload information into here. In fact, if I upload some information into here, we'll be able to see once I've closed what it looks like. So I'm uploading the branding guidelines. It's a document, so it will replicate. Uh, I can mark as done as an example, just for you to see. Once you've completed, these will be closed, and that's it. The person will receive a communication to say, Rue Martins, in this case, has completed your assigned action. Um, If we hover on the left side, these will display the dashboards that you've got access to. There is a dashboard which has instructions on how to report an incident, review an incident, report an injury. Injury is accident review, report a hazard review, corrective action, and ownership, acceptance, and decline. So there is some videos here for you. I'll be recording more. The video I'm recording at the moment will also become part of the central video here, available for training and to help you navigate through the system. So In terms of actions, this is your system actions, your list of system actions. So if you click in there, it will open your the list of your system actions. If we want to report an incident, we click on incidents here, or we simply go on the dashboard and click here. What you will notice is that the system will open a new window, which is particularly useful because it preserves your dashboard open all the time, so you can still have access to information if you need. The information displayed on this dashboard, it's real time, it's live information, and it's constantly updated. So recording or reporting a new incident. The campus, if you are a system user, will be automatically assigned because your location is assigned to the user. And in my case, because I'm at the regional support office, it has already in the UK, it has already selected UK regional support office automatically, and it has also identified me as a user because I'm using the system. Um, the only difference is it's if you are not a user on the system, that will not collect this information because the system is designed to enable people who are not users to do reporting on the system. And that reporting can be achieved by sharing the link to this form, the link that's displayed above, or through a generated QR code for this checklist or this report. So I'm going to select the date and time of the incident and injury. And this is a test just to show you how it actually works. So I'm going to select a past date because the system doesn't allow you to select and report dates in the future. So on Wednesday, the 4th, and I'm going to select that incident took place at 45 past 2 in the afternoon. As you can see, the date's already there. What am I reporting? I can report a near miss. I can report an incident. An incident is any incident that doesn't lead into an injury at the reporting time. So it could be a diabetes incident, but because it's just an incident at that stage, it hasn't triggered any injury, such a coma or falling or anything like that. So it should be recorded as that, like epilepsy. You've got intruder, you've got play equipment outdoor. It's an incident within that area. It could be an incident due to storm and extreme weather, sports equipment, indoor, outdoors, slip and trip and fall on the same level. That didn't lead to an injury. If it is an injury, then we'll open a completely different form. As you can see, because I've selected a different type, it has already opened the location of the incident or the injury. And I'm going to record that took place in the gymnasium. So the injury type a bruise, was a bruise, and you can create a title. So I've put a gym injury, a bump or a hit, and I'm going to select here the parts of the body that were affected. And as you notice, as I'm selecting here, it's selecting the information here, selected the rear of the leg. And now I'm going to select here. And as you can see, is already selecting the other areas where the leg was injured. Then that will open a pop-up for further details. Now, if I selected the head, the same would apply. It would blow the head into a more greater details so I can select the affected areas. And as you can see, as I'm selecting these, they are getting selected automatically on my left. I can put the name of the persons that were involved. So I'm going to say Peter and Tom. The person involved is a student, a staff volunteer, contractor, visitor. If you select a student, it will ask you once you've submitted this report whether you have informed the parents. And there'll be criteria above that will be a guidance when you should always contact the parents. And if you select if as a member of the staff, if you've contacted the next of kin, and obviously that might not be applicable. So there will be a button in there stating not applicable or simply no. But for serious incident reports involving members of staff, it's important that that information is captured because it might have happened that where the next of kin had to be informed due to an emergency. So we want that information to be captured on the system. So I'm going to select the student. And was there any witness? I'm going to say yes, there were a witness, and the witness report or statements will be asked once we've submitted this form. So you can focus on continuing and complete this form. Now, it asks for the detailed description of the incident, injury or near miss, and these fields here, you can expand them as much as you need to complete and to include as many details as you need. So I'm going to state test because this is just a test. And it asks you, did the person become unconscious? If you select yes, did it require resuscitation? If no, then you just simply select no. Um, Immediate action that was taken, first aid, it was not necessary to go to a hospital. So the person who provided first aid, so if it doesn't recognize the users, so you need to put the first aider name. So I'm going to put Maria. She was the lovely first aider that provided support. Um, Details of the treatment that were given, I'm just going to put tests. And if there is any supporting evidence, such as a medication that was given to the student, like a painkiller or anything else that you find that would be useful to support the reporting, you could either drop it here or click to upload. The question regarding if you have identified the root cause, it could simply be that you know what the root cause of the incident was, and you would be able to write it on here. One, the equipment was faulty, lack of maintenance, the carpet was lifting, so it needs to be maintained. You would be able to write it there. I'm going to select no on this occasion because there is no need for this example. And I've completed the form, so I've clicked complete. And now, as I said to you, because I've selected as a student, is now asking me if the parent was informed. This is the guidance that I was talking to you before for amputation, dislocation, drown, electric shock, and the existing medical condition, a illness, a fracture, broken bone, head injury. These are the sort of um, incidents or injuries that we would expect that parents are informed and follow up from that incident is necessary to reassure the parents that we've done the right things and also to ask for the support if necessary. If yes, then you just select yes, put the contact name of the parent and the guardian, the contact number you can get from the student information system. Explain your action, what action you've done, what you've actually explained to the parent, what you take, what action you've taken at the time. If it's not applicable, or if you haven't, select no. If it's not applicable, select not applicable and complete. As we stated, there was a witness to the incident or the injury. You put the witness name here. The contact details of the witness will then go in there. Again, as many details as you need. If there's a requirement for that information. Now, if the witness is there with you, the system offers you the facility for the witness to write a statement here. Otherwise, you could simply ask for a copy and upload it to the system here by clicking on the button here. You can save as a draft if you haven't got the statement yet and come back to the statement later on, or just click to add another witness if you've got more than one witness. If you only have Peter as a witness and it's already provided you the statement and you've uploaded, you can just click continue and your incident or injury has been submitted. Now, because it's such a minor injury, the person reviewing this incident will be offered with the facility to archive this incident. The system will provide the incident details above. So it'll state in here, first aid, no hospitals. Your answers will be in bold, so they become quite evident. Also identifies who the persons were, or the person that provided first aid was Maria, and all the details in here. So you are happy, you are content. There's nothing else you can do to resolve this matter. It was just such a minor incident or injury that doesn't require any follow up or a review or investigation. So you can archive. You just explain the reasons why you are archiving the incident and then complete. And the incident has been archived. There's no further requirements anymore at this stage. There might be later on, but the system user will be able to uh, action that. If you click on the show more on the details on the left, it gives you a small overview in terms of what was reported and all the details of the report in here for your information as well. And that's incidents, injuries, and near misses. So moving over to hazards, it's the same principle. You can report an hazard by clicking on the button Add. Information will be preloaded for you. You complete the form. Once you've completed the form and answered everything, you can press complete and will submit the form. Emergency management records. This is the location where your emergency records are kept, like your local business continuity plan, like your local fire safety arrangements, like your local lockdown procedure and arrangements. You'll be able to put these in here. Again, you create a title for the document date, then the category. So if it's a business continuity plan, a bomb threat, a fire safety, a first aid, intruder alarm, and the first aid, it could be such information or guidance related to anaphylaxis. It could be information related to epilepsy, head injury. There is guidance. There are protocols that must be followed. There are template letters, and you can put those in here. So our admin staff and key people have got access to these when they need to follow up and find out information. Compliance with the regular requirement, if there is any specific. So, for example, the fire safety information in the UK, the compliance requirement with the regulations will be the fire safety order. The REDOR, which is the serious incidents reporting, will be compliance with the HSE, the Health and Safety Executive in the UK. And then if you require to be a document to be reviewed, you select the review date. Could be 12 months, could be 6 months, could be 3 months. It's specific for those. Who is the document owner? So you select the document owner. If it's the campus principal, the site manager, the CA team, or a member of the staff, such as an admin staff, but tends to be the campus principal. So you'll be able to assign the ownership to that. And again, you upload your document here and click complete. And the document will become part of that list. Moving on to corrective actions, and there is more than one way to report corrective actions. I'm going to cover this way first. This is the list of all the submitted, tested corrective actions we have on the system. They've been submitted by people who were involved as testers. They've been submitted as part of tests, as part of my training that was provided to people. So they're already here as a list. But if you want to report as a standalone corrective action, you click the button Add, it populates the form, and it generates the details. It pre-selects your user location, your username. It will display the action source, the source of the corrective action, which in this case is standalone. The specific location on site can be selected, so it could be a learning center in the primary. It allows you to create further details or a title for these corrective action. The, the description of the action that is required. You then have the assignee, the individual to carry out this required action, and also the action owner you'll be able to assign to an individual. The great benefit about that is you'll assign to an individual. That individual will be responsible for taking appropriate action to resolve this corrective action you've raised, and they'll be offered with the possibility to accept or decline the ownership. And this is particularly useful when the person that you've assigned the action to um, is available or is going on holiday or is unable to complete that task. They can decline, they can give you the feedback, whether the reasons for declining, and he opens you and offers you the possibility to assign this action to someone else. You'll be able to select the priority level, urgent 24 hours, high, medium, and low. You can select a due date for this action. Um, if, for example, you are raising a corrective action because the premises manager forgot or failed to do the fire alarm testing, the weekly tests or the monthly tests, you will be able to select in here an action frequency that it needs to do that every 3 months or every month. Um, you can also upload any photographs, any information you might have. The system offers you the possibility to do reporting via your work mobile phone, tablet, laptop. You can put information here, attach documents, anything that you feel that's useful for these. I'm going to move over now to checklists. And this is the list of the checklists that have already been completed on the system. If you want to create a checklist, you click Add, and we'll have a preset form that will enable you to select the checklist that you want to complete. So I'm going to select facilities safety checks, monthly checks. It's pre-selected your username. If you are a user, again, this can be shared externally. Is there a due date for the checklist? If there is a due date, that due date will be pre-selected as the day where you are completing. But if you need this completed next month, it's already give you the date 1 month ahead automatically. Then you need to arrange if it's less than that. The location, you can search the location relevant. I've selected Colchester campus. Business unit, this system is an OSG system that was designed by OSG for OSG campuses across the globe. So this is the designated UK region. That's the first rollout of this system. It will be UK. Once we have the other regions joining this system, this will be preloaded for you, and you'll probably be blocked, so you can't accidentally change it. Is the If it's necessary for the checklist to expire, you then select that list checklist to expire. More than likely, they wouldn't. And if you want someone to review this submitted checklist, or the specific checklist that you've got, and this is specifically important when you are completing an audit checklist, because we're working against the standard ISO 45001, and there are some required forms that we need to complete, checklists on audits on campus by the CA team, by the premises manager, and including the external auditors that will be using our system to undertake the audits on campus. So those will need to have reviews, and you can assign these reviews to individuals. So they will review your form for you. I'm going to select no because there's no requirement at this stage, because this is just a test. Now it opens your checklist, and this checklist has been created for OSG UK and for OSG campuses across the globe. So there's a lot of terminology here will be generic. So reference to COSH in the UK is not available on this form. We've tried to generalize as much as possible. So it'll be hazard substances, there'll be fire safety, electrical, rather than PAT testing, and things like that. The portal appliance testing, it won't be here as acronym that we use in the UK. So, is the appointed person first aid information displayed across the campus? You select yes or no. If it's no, you need to explain the reason why it's not. If it's up to date or if it's not up to date, then you need to evidence. It's a evidence-based system, and it's intended to support you in terms of doing that and capture as much information as possible to safeguard you as an individual and the organization. You haven't got time to complete everything in one go. That's not a problem. You save these as a draft. And if you go back onto the checklist, um, on the checklist document list will be here. It was this date. The ID number is unique. And as you can see, as a draft, there's no responses. And you can just simply edit that system again, and you'll have a small overview of what was the initial stage, and you can now work on all the steps and carry out your work throughout the month. So if you need to doing the fire checks, such as fire doors, it gives you a picture of the necessary checks to ensure fire doors are compliant, are safe, and they are in suitable condition to protect you, as a member of staff and the students, visitors, and contractors, everyone that's on campus. And you'll be able to create that in here. At different stages throughout these forms, there'll be areas where you can create corrective actions. However, I've put another box right at the end where you can create also a corrective action. And you can create a corrective action by clicking the plus button on the side. And as you can notice now, the location of the campus will be displayed in here, your location as a user location, um, your name as a user, then the source of the corrective action now is checklist, inspections, and audits, which will be this specific, and it will always be linked to this form. Then you complete the form, assign the ownership to the person, and they will be taking action to complete the assigned corrective action. Moving on to compliance and obligations. Compliance and obligations are the maintenance arrangements for the campus. We've already moved some of the information from Safety Cloud into the system, um, even if it was just a testing system. And it was imported in this sort of format. Is already here, all the details. Again, he has got a unique number as well for identification, and you can correct corrective actions against these as well. So if if you are navigating to the system and you realize, okay, this item is overdue now, it doesn't actually have a date, create a corrective action, assign it to the relevant person so they can update this information here. Um, you can add documents and maintenance requirements and details by clicking Add. Select your campus. If it's not already pre-selected, it should be pre-selected your location as a user. What type of equipment you are logging in. So I'm going to put catering equipment, and it opens the catering equipment component. So cookie equipment, so such as combi ovens, but there is more. So gas safety systems, refrigeration, water, and also pest control. So the contractor were able to do everything in their visit. So they've carried service to or maintenance service and inspection to all of those items. It's required every 12 months. So as I'm selecting these dates, is already amending the dates in here. I provided description. So because this is a test, I'm just going to write test. And it was conducted by a contractor. So I'm going to put catering services and maintenance. I don't think they exist at all. It's just an example. And you will be able to select and upload into here the document, the report. So I'm going to put the branding guidelines as a document into here just to show you there's the document already in there. It was uploaded by myself. If I click complete, it's now done and it's available and it's here. All the details. If I want to see the report of the certificate that was issued by the contractor that you've uploaded, you click, opens a different tab, and you can navigate through it and read it. It's as simple as that. Um, the compliance aspects. Now, document library, this is the area where you would store your risk assessments, where you would store your documentation. So you upload or create a document by clicking Add. You put the data here. So I've put selected winter markets. The date that was added was today. It was added by myself, but you can add other individuals as well. Um, the site location was the regional support office. The category would be involving the food technology because we're preparing food, and is also an event. So I select an event and food technology because the food technology teacher is supporting us by having the students cooking the food for our visitors. The next review date will be next year. This is automatic every 12 months, so it gets reviewed every year to make sure we are in compliance. If I click here, I can upload the document. However, I'm not going to do it at this moment because I want to be able to show you how you do it if you don't have it and you retrospectively do it. So click complete. And if you click here, your document is here, uh, but you don't have a document because you forgot to upload or you didn't have it ready yet. So you click on the pencil to edit the form. It will open the form again. You click here, or you simply drag the document across and it will upload the document for you. It's a document, a Word document. And now you click complete and the document's already here. So if you click here, we'll download the document for you. Um, Moving on to training. Training is a training database. This system was not initially designed. It's part of a whole module from DoneSafe, so it's a bit restricted in terms of what we can edit or we can create. However, we will use it for this moment in time until we have something different. We're intending to connect a business intelligence tool to Flick Learning. So the training that we have completed by on Flick will be the details will be automatically input into this system. Saves you having to do that manual task of downloading the date and creating and maintaining that spreadsheet. However, certain details like first aid training to 3 days or simply first aid training, you can put the name of the individual to help you out. This is the title. Um, Tom Mendes. I'm going to put surname. So category, it's first aid. So you can actually navigate through these by typing. It does a quick search for you. Tom Mendes has completed the 3-day course. I wouldn't worry with the sort order, whether it's acknowledgeable or not, and the mandatory areas. This is the document. You can drop JPEGs information. The system will only allow for JPEGs or a link, but ideally a JPEG. But you can click in here and you'll be able to upload a JPEG. So I'm going to just select one of the JPEGs that I've got as the school logo. As you can see, the picture has been updated, is already there available. You save, and that is now available on the system. The certificate will always be here in display, and it'll be here part of the training database list. So when I click Tom, for example, one of the ones that I've submitted earlier, is got the date, the in unique ID, the person who uploaded, and the type of course, and you can print it as well. And that's pretty much the whole system. You can navigate through your dashboards. Um, it provides you overview, details, all the information. This is another dashboard we had for user testing, which displays past corrective actions or the corrective actions with the progress using indicators, priority levels. There's quite a lot of things we can do on the system to make it more user friendly as possible. We can design dashboards, we can evolve dashboards to provide you as much information as possible. My dashboard on the actual build release system, it's quite different from these ones. It's my personal dashboard, which I have geographical information overview in terms of all the maintenance that's required across all the campuses. I've got also a list. I've designed my counters and my links for forms here. It's already got a list of accidents and incident information live reported on the system. This was done yesterday. You have already got data here telling me what's pending review, what's already been submitted and reviewed. And is particularly useful for me to keep on top of things. That's all from me now. I hope you find it useful. If you need any further support, please do not hesitate to contact me directly. My name is Rui Martins. I'm the National Support Office of National Facilities Manager at Exchange Place in Warwick, contact me and I'm more than happy to give you the required support. Thank you. Bye bye.